What up, Arizona? Welcome to Soundphoria Media and Entertainment. I've got the Spider Hole in the house. What's up, gentlemen?
Hi.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and your position in the band real quick.
I've been in the band the longest, second longest after him. I go by Xerxes Quinn on stage and play bass and help arrange the songs, and in the past have done everything, done keyboards, done guitar, whatever needs to be filled.
Awesome.
I jump in.
I'm Aaron Keelan. I play guitar, do backup vocals.
Nice.
Ethan Scott. I'm the front man.
Front man, very important role. Sir?
Bobby Blades, drums.
Bobby Blades, drums. And you're also in another band, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Soundman Kills, correct? Heard really good things about that, but we are here to talk about the Spider Hole. So, Gavin, that one was for you, buddy. Gavin being the drummer, he loves his drummers, man. Now, you guys got a big show coming up July 22nd with Adams Fall, 3220, Super Unknown, and Innocuous. Mm-hmm. That's going to be at the Rock Bar. Tell us a little bit about that show.
Well, it's a big deal for me because my big brother is coming into town, and haven't seen him in almost 10 years. Hasn't seen the band in longer than that. So
really?
When I knew when he was going to be here, I said let's book a show for while he's here so he can catch his little brother on stage again. And Bobby put it together.
And there's also kind of a, not quite a holiday, but sort of a special occasion nearby.
Oh yeah, we both have birthdays in July, and the show is actually the dead center day between our two birthdays.
Nice. So, what are you guys going on last? Going on around in the middle? This is your headlining show, correct?
Yeah, we're going on right in the middle, pretty much.
Awesome.
We're just going to be sandwiched by the other bands.
Very cool.
Second to last is a good headlining spot.
Second to last.
Second to last.
You don't want to be the closer. Now, and you guys are going to be at the Rock Bar. I've been there. Wonderful sound.
Love the
very,
sound.
Yes.
Very cool venue. It's very hallway-like, but once the
there.
party gets going, that place is awesome.
It's always had a good crowd. We've always had a good response from the people there. We're having we have members come and go different shows. We'll bring in auxiliary members. We have a keyboard player will be coming up as well for that show, if I am correct in thinking so.
And from Adamant.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Andy Mercantile. He's quite a bad man.
Nice. Well, it sounds like a very exciting show. Now, this isn't your first trip down around the block. You guys have been around since the late 90s, am I correct? Oh. Gremlins. We were just talking about the Gremlins earlier.
I wasn't even born yet then. What are you talking about?
For 13, you grow a great beard. Now, tell me a little bit about the evolution of the band. I mean, since the late 90s, I'm with you guys. I'm an 80s kid myself, so let's just bring it all out in the
70s.
Yeah. Let's talk about the evolution of a band because you guys are very rich in talent, very rich in musical perspective. Tell me, where do you get some of that draw from?
Well, I think one of the great things about us is the influences are really varied. Like, we all take in stuff from all over into ourselves and then kind of mash that up. And we all have different things we take in, so we all have different mashups within us. And then we try and put those together and make something brand new. I mean, you can't really make anything completely brand new, right? Everything's derivative of something else.
Right.
So all you can do is just throw as much into the hopper as you can and see what comes out. And I think that's kind of been our philosophy from the beginning.
Yeah, it's always been... No two Spider Hole songs really sound alike, but they all sound like us. So I like to try to keep them always hummable, memorable, and but not samey, not dull. And this
Not pop rock catchy.
no, well, I mean, if it is,
If it happens.
hooray! But it's not it's not the aim. I guess the aim is always just to zero in on a certain emotion or image and project that out to the audience.
Well, like on your Facebook page, I mean, influences anything from Tom Waits to Susie and the Banshees. I mean,
Yeah.
you're bound to get something obscure and unique in there. And I've listened to your music; it's very, very good. Like you guys said, very memorable, hummable.
There's been a lot of incarnations of the band. I was going through recently trying to create a biography and list all the members. What do you think you came up with? 25?
At least
26?
25
at least.
Different members.
Past members.
The current lineup, I'm super proud of. I think we're really solid. Bob and myself have been playing together for many, many years in heavy metal bands and different things, kind of progressive stuff, even kind of jazzy stuff. And Scott and Xerxes here have been playing together,
20 years.
I thought we weren't talking about that.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, just hypothetically that, but
No time like
It feels like it's been 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
3,
It's only
20
been
something.
19 or so.
Well, and this is the core, the core four,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you will. But you guys do have a revolving door of guest appearances.
Sure.
Which I love. That's something very unique that you bring to the music scene. Like you guys have a saxophone player, some keyboard players. I imagine that if somebody came in with the sitar, you'd find a song for them to play.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know?
I know, right?
Ooh, you're welcome. Which is so interesting to me. Like it's almost like the birth of an album, and just the progression of your music. I love it.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
idea.
Well, part of that's trying to reach different genres, and sometimes you need different instrumentation to test these different things out.
And we're lucky. The auxiliary players we have are experts in their fields.
Yeah.
I mean, Darian Kroom, our saxophone player, he's phenomenal. Andy, I mean, how do you beat Andy? His stage presence alone, that guy brings it, man. He's got energy.
Just drop them into the song, let them hear it a couple times, and they know it better than we do. once they start playing it, these are incredible professional musicians that are specifically there to make us look good.
We're lucky to be able to work with each and every one of them, and it's an honor to play with each of them when we get the chance to.
Nice. Now, before we started the interview, Xerxes and I were talking about, bigger stages. You bring in the entire crowd, but you guys can also hold down your music without the guest appearance, which I think is wonderful in today's day and age with samples and electronic music being what it is. There's so many bands that if their iPad dies on stage, their show's done. And it seems that you guys can hold it down with 4 people, or just invite everybody up on stage if they can, kind of like a drum circle. Tell me, where do you implement more music, just the 4 of you, when you don't have the extra people on stage with you? Where do you bring in that extra music?
I mean, as far as the arranging goes, it's mostly just, it's really more we arrange things for all 4 of us, and then we bring in the extra guys. It's where we step back. It's when we thin out a little bit and just kind of make room for them is usually what it ends up being.
Yeah. A piece that may have just been Keelan will now be a back and forth with, piano and guitar, or a talk back. So it is more like we make the fullest sound that we can in the writing, and then back off as we make room for the other players.
You guys are so versatile, man. I mean, I love that. It's so unique what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Now, in the future, but this is a hypothetical, if you guys could have anybody join you on stage as, like, say, 2 guest musicians, who would the 2 people be?
They're
for
all
you guys?
dead.
You'd have 2 different ones for each one of us.
I think Bob's right. Yeah.
Well, give me one for each of you.
Do you want to take Les Claypool, or should I?
Well, the thing is, I wanted to go Claypool right away, but I'm the bassist, so what do? I don't want to be on stage with him, standing next to him.
Okay, so I'm taking Claypool.
Well, I was going to say Wooten, but then it's going to be like, no offense, Zach.
I'm wondering who's going to say Mark Knopfler.
Wooten's all right. Ooh, not I love Knopfler. Finger picking the electric guitar. I did that for years, and then I found out he did. I'm like, oh, you're my hero.
He's a bad man.
You guys know 2 cellos?
Yeah.
That's who I'd
Nice.
bring up with us, and then I'd have us all leave.
They would totally fit too.
You guys are good? Okay.
All right, see you guys later. We'll be at the bar.
Brilliant. Awesome. So we got Claypool. I added Mark Knopfler for you guys. You're welcome.
He's fantastic. Good choice.
I mean, I'd bench Scott for a song to have Tom Waits come up and sing with us, for sure.
I was hoping someone would say Waits, because honestly, he'd be on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on your Facebook page, so why not?
He's
Some of your influences there.
Why can't I duet with him? Why do you have to bench me?
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd
To the
want
bench.
you would see you standing next to each other.
You're getting upgraded to the penalty box if you keep it up. Awesome. Now, you know what? I want to talk about your vocal work, because that was the first thing that stood out for me. Do you have any professional training? Because, I mean, you have a beautiful voice.
Oh, gosh.
The songs I listen to, man, you're spot on.
Needs to get his ears checked.
Kissing the Arizona ass.
Too many years of loud rock music.
Yeah.
I am a metal guy. But no, do you have any...
I don't. I started out real young, 12, 13, singing along with the Doors in Bauhaus, and just from there, that's where my training was, shouting in my room, and No formal training, and you probably couldn't learn a damn thing from me.
So no advice for the for the kids, huh? and what about you doing backup vocals?
Oh, that's honestly kind of a new thing for me.
Really?
I did a little bit of screaming with metal bands in the past and stuff like that, but this is the first band I've actually been melodic with, and it's an inspiration. Being around these guys, they make me want to grow as a musician and do things like that. I honestly never thought it a capability of mine to do so, and quickly found out that it was.
And it's part of that getting the fullest sound possible out of just 4 guys too. Part of that is having the extra voices in there. You can add, it's like having an extra instrument. We can do harmonies.
It helps me pull back the notes. That's my biggest vice. Too many notes per
You want to
second.
just play.
Yeah. I love jazz fusion. I love heavy metal, speed metal, all that stuff, and it's in my core. It's part of my being, and it's hard to come down this new road of letting a note hang. And you hit one bad note, it lasts a lot longer than it did in metal. So that's kind of a new thing. And then with the space, it allows a better pedal dance, a better vocal background. Perhaps someday I'll get you with a little keyboard.
So what you're saying kind of is you kind of had to train yourself to bring it back a notch. Actually,
I'm still working to this day. It's a never-ending work in progress.
Wonderful
to become better at this foreign genre.
The same with me. We've been playing together for so long, playing metal, playing prog stuff, that to actually pull back and just play the song rather than try to play as many beats per minute as possible. It teaches you something.
I imagine it's pretty difficult with drums, just the same.
Well, it's a nice change. I mean, and it helps you develop more of a solid meter. There's a lot of benefits to it, but it's a nice challenge to do something different.
I'm amazed how naturally it's come to you. Like some of these, we're working on a new album right now, and a couple of the songs are at low tempos or start off at low tempos, and to hear you really just focus on one kick, one snare, nice and slow opening, knowing what you want to do and knowing what you would normally do in another band.
Unleash the beast.
Right, but how tight you're locking it in, and again, it's this. You have so much personality in your playing, and pulling back and letting things lay a little bit more naked lets more of that personality out, and it's
certainly
writing the new stuff has just been awesome with you guys.
We played in an instrumental band for 10 years easily.
Yeah.
Vocals was a weird kind of thing, and these two for the longest time did no drums, which baffles me.
I was going to talk about because we were talking about how the iPad shutting down.
Yeah.
And so we had no drummer for a while, and we would run off of samples. We'd have CDs with the background music, some keys, and the drums was the most important thing. And yeah, you're right. If that goes down, the show's off. So we're glad to have Bobby. But that was years ago. We've moved on since then.
I've seen a lot of drummers hold the show up while the rest of the band works out some technical difficulties, because you can still hear drums regardless if the soundboard's going or not. So I've seen a lot of drummers hold up a show just doing some solos. So awesome. Now, speaking of genres, I could never plug you guys into a genre, and even on your Facebook, you claim to be a little rock with some goth, blues, and cabaret.
We like hyphens.
Yeah.
Help us describe ourselves.
Yeah.
Care to add a hyphen?
Yeah, but go ahead and add some hyphens in there for me, if you will.
Cabaret, sure.
Yeah, explain the cabaret to me, because I want to know which one of you wears the dress.
Cabaret more as a vibe, more as a feel. Than you don't actually do the kicks and everything.
It might be something you want to
Well,
analyze.
not that there's anything wrong with that.
But really, though, I mean, I love bands that are breaking the genre barriers. I hate subgenres. It's like metal, death metal, black metal. It just
New metal.
technical thrash metal. I heard one day, and I was like, that's just.
Yeah, in the same turn, saying your band doesn't really have a genre is kind of pretentious too. We defy genre.
I never like the way it feels.
But I just don't know what to say.
Hyphen
If
rock.
someone says, "What kind of music are you?" We're a rock band.
I like genre-specific core. We're genre-specific core.
I gotta say, technical thrash was the one that I think pushed me off the cliff. I was like, really? That's not what thrash is about. But
it sounds like an oxymoron.
You guys are so across the board, man, musically and vocally as well. And
And it's not annoying?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. At least not to me, because you know what? I get stuck in my little death metal haze, so it's actually very liberating, if you will.
We have such a tapestry of different songs the genres that we are described as could change from show to show.
Yeah,
if
song to song, yeah.
Yeah, if we're going to go play Bisbee, we might make it a little more rockabilly, a little more goth. If we're playing with a bunch of Adavant and different metal bands, we're going to bring our heavier songs. We have a huge amount to pull from, and we're adding to that right now. More modern, heavy stuff, kind of with the new stuff, but it's still hard to pinpoint. I mean, there's still rockabilly in there. There's still a little swing. There's all kinds of stuff.
We'll throw an acoustic show out like once a year.
We do a couple acoustic things.
Oh,
I'm
that's
very
wonderful.
proud of those. Those are very odd.
Those are a night. And I think it's good to be diverse. Like you said, if you get a show who this band is headlining, it's like, oh, we can fill that slot and kind of fit into that bill. We can also go rockabilly. We can do open mic night if we, got hair up our ass. So I love it, man. What you guys are doing is great. Now, where are you recording the new album? Tell us a little bit about the studio setup. Is it a home thing? Are you guys in an actual studio, sending out for mastering?
We're recording with Jeffrey Robins.
Ah, Jeffrey.
Yeah, you got his shirt there.
From
Virulent.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's covering a lot of bands. This
Yeah, he's getting a lot of traction. Out
He's
here.
also a great sound guy, man. If he's,
He is.
if he's
He's
behind the
awesome.
soundboard, it's going to be great.
He's a good friend of ours, along with someone that we work with. He's a good man. We
Awesome.
enjoy his company. Plus, he's a talent.
And as far as where it's going to be recorded, I think he's just a mobile dude with most of his stuff. So we'll just go wherever he tells us to go. We're still working on the writing. We had a handful of songs left to go before we're album ready, but we are going to go ahead and get 4 of them down and in the can sometime in the next handful of weeks, 4 or 5 weeks.
So we can start cracking on some video for it.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I have one hypothetical, outgoing question that I ask all the bands that I interview.
Excellent.
Zombie Apocalypse hits Rock Bar this Saturday, July 22nd. When you guys are on stage, zombies come flooding in. Which one of your band members are you going to trip up so the rest of the band can make it out alive?
Andy.
Yeah, the auxiliary guy.
Yeah.
The auxiliary guy.
I wonder who's not here.
Guy's not here.
Andy.
Yeah, we'll throw him rather quickly.
I'm gonna have to start making points for this because people like to martyr. Oh, I'll sacrifice.
Oh,
no martyrs,
no,
no
no,
martyrs.
no.
Now I'm gonna have
We
to
aren't done with the
add
album.
auxiliary members.
We don't tell with the album. We can't afford.
I can't afford
martyr.
to.
Plus, there's like one door in that place, and it's like there's a narrow hallway. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, Andy, you're going down.
We'll
Sorry,
miss you.
Andy.
Gentlemen, want to thank you all
Yeah,
very much.
thank you.
Awesome
Thanks for having us.
interview.
It's been a pleasure.
Any last words for the fans here in Arizona and
There's
abroad?
fans?
there's
Come
people
out to the
watching.
show.
Yeah, Saturday
Go to
the
Rock
22nd.
Bar. We're gonna bring it.
Last
Saturday
word.
22nd.
You guys got tickets on sale?
We do.
Yeah.
Where can we buy those
And
tickets?
Hit
we
up the
all
band.
have them. We all have them.
Any
in
of the
our
band
hands.
members?
Spiderhole Facebook. We'll bring it to you.
All right,
Is
so
it
it's
event?
facebook.com/the spider hole.
The Spider Hole, yes.
Done.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you for having
This
us.
has been another edition of Soundphoria.